Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today with this presentation. Really kicking off, Edgile and Microsoft for FY22. As I said, my name is Dean Fantham. I'm a managing partner and our CTO, and based out here in the Bay Area, and really been working with clients and Microsoft teams and both the Pacific Northwest and the Bay Area. For a large number of time. It's been an exciting time for us. We've been around 20 years and really seen the evolution of Microsoft and the security offerings and identity offerings that Microsoft has really evolved from from what it was in 2000 to the expertise and depth of offering that's available now, and we really have enjoyed being part of that journey with Microsoft, and really today want to show and let the team here walk you through kind of where we are today and how we work really well with you guys to have success together. So with that, I'll let Tarun introduce.
Thank you, Dean. Hello everyone, I'm Tarun Vazirani. I'm a partner here on the East Coast, located in Boston, and also an identity strategist. That I'll hand it over to Marvin.
Thanks everybody, and it's always great to be in a new fiscal year. So excited that Microsoft has a dedicated security strategy now, sort of back to the future as it was when it first kicked off. And I'm handling the Western region and also nationally in terms of rolling out things like unstructured data. So excited and can't wait to get engaged on DTA and make this happen.
Hey everybody, I'm Bob Moore. I am in Raleigh, North Carolina, the new tech hub of the East, and I cover the central area or south area. But also, you might know me from being up in the east part with Tarun. I was up there for many years, so really excited to get working together. Yeah, both here in the EOU, but also in the verticals. So we're very interested in working with you in the verticals. So thank you very much, and look forward to talk to you later.
So just a little bit about who we are. So Edgile's been around about 20 years. And we've been our longest partnership, as I introduced, has really been with Microsoft. We've been a Microsoft partner since the day we started the company, and it's been amazing to actually see the evolution in Microsoft in the security offerings and risk-related offerings and the things we get to do today. Partnering with Microsoft is quite staggeringly different than what we did when we started. So it's been amazing to see the products evolve, the teams evolve, and the things we can do together evolve. What is it we do as part of that? So we're a consulting company. So we've been in the cybersecurity space as I said, since we started. We have kind of three key things we'll introduce to you shortly, but we really cover. We're a fusion between very deep product experts and those who can deploy and configure and customize, as well as those that can consult and help companies really understand the problem space and the programs they need to implement to actually deploy these. So you put those two things together and you got a cyber consulting company. And so we cover everything from kind of strategy and problem solving and road mapping through implementation and how you can configure and deploy and actually make this usable right through process redesign and integration, all the way now to actually helping people manage it. So managed services is a growing part of what we do as well. And I said, so we pride ourselves in the fact that we cover that spectrum of stuff. And then as you see, as we talk a little more about the key things we do, we really bring together kind of strategy, risk, and kind of cloud security into these common models. So as you see in the three big bubbles on the right, kind of bring together these areas, right, around identity and identity access management, which is really key in the modern security models we see today, and particularly zero trust that everyone's pushing towards, and that we'll talk more about soon. Cloud security is really the core part of all these pieces of kind of infrastructure and network and data protection and application security coming together. And then the risk and compliance really is where we bring together those things you're mandated to do at a regulatory level, as well as kind of best practice around controls and policy and things like that, and put them into a common set of controls and requirements, if you will, that security and other teams need to meet to make the compliance and risk model of an organization work. And so we put all these things together around in different combinations for the services we do and the offerings we have to really bring that together. And we're very cognizant also as we do this work that there's a business overlay to all this, right? It's not just about technology, it's about technology and business and transformation and enablement, and you got to put all those things together and balance them to really help organizations solve these problems. Most of the stuff we do is it's those things molded together. Next slide. This is a quick summary of kind of some of the things we've been doing together, right? Edgile and Microsoft have been working together for a long time. This kind of highlights some key metrics from last year. And especially teaming together. So, we've got a high degree of certifications as a gold partner. You'll see that there. We were very proud of being the security integration partner of the year in 2020. We took that as a great sign of success for the work we do personally. But you can also see some of the metrics here that we've been driving together. So, we've had a lot of success through both E5 and Azure consumption, right? Being able to drive some of those metrics for various teams and sellers and at various customers, as well as a lot of the service offerings, as we call them, and how they map to your sales plays. We're actually having a lot of success delivering those. And so you see some of the metrics on the bottom around different identities, as well as the number of projects we've driven. So, for us, our success is the number of projects we do with clients, right, and how we drive those. And obviously, for partnering with you, we're hoping to drive your business as well, which is where that success comes together. So on this slide, what you'll see is just places where we've had success together. So on the top of this chart is some of the bigger clients where we've worked together, had success together, and we'll talk through these in a minute. And then on the bottom is some of the places where we're actively working together today. So we have active pursuits with different teams we're working on. So with that, I'll hand over to Marvin.
So I'd like to start with talking about a case around First American Title Company. This is a client who specializes in, they're a bank, they're a title company, and they manage a lot of PII data. In this case, it's considered NPI data. And they were working to try to figure out how to protect that unstructured data and how to roll out O365. And as we did this, have developed our offerings around that. And I'd like to briefly speak to what those offerings are that were key learnings and that are really taking off. In the unstructured data protection, what we found is it's really important that for the clients to understand that this isn't about the technology, it's about people and process, and having a data governance operating model inside your organization is critical. And so we put together some sales plays around that. And, it starts with discovery of what your data looks like, an understanding and baseline of where you're at with data governance. And then from there, how are you going to classify, protect, remediate, set your time for when the data will be removed, so it's your retention and deletion, and then how are you going to secure that data. So our quick start workshops really work well, whether we're working with Fast Track or whether we're working with straight ESIF money or the client driven. And we've pitched this to a lot of CISOs and CIOs, and currently we have a really great take up around the messaging. And all of that leads into zero trust, because if we think about what the key element of zero trust is understanding where your risk in applications and data resides, and what are the appropriate controls for people entering your system on what devices, and how do we determine their risk level, and how do we grant them permissions into systems going forward. So we put together a really great model around the zero trust that combines both data and application management and all the security controls around that. With that, I'm going to pass it back over to, I believe, Tarun, who is going to talk about clients and external identity.
Thank you, Marvin. Hello, everyone. I'm Tarun Vazirani. I'll be covering a little bit about Caterpillar and also about MVP Healthcare. Can go to the next slide from a service offering, then we can talk about what we're doing at those clients. So we've been teaming up really well with Caterpillar in the last 3 years, helping them really transform their external identity and also really moving that to zero trust. So they have a lot of millions of customers and partners, and they, from a problem statement perspective, they've been having a lot of different solutions being used there, a lot of dealer and partner network using all different kind of solutions. They wanted to move to a holistic platform that would take care of everything from their Active Directory to their external identity management and internal identity management. So the decision was made to move to Azure AD B2B, B2C, and really using that as a one-stop shop to solve their overall identity management needs, right, from an internal and external perspective. So we've been really successful working with them in really deploying the Azure AD B2B, B2C, having that one-stop shop platform, as I was mentioning before, but it's also helping in modern authentication and authorization. That also helps in, more from a zero trust perspective, right? Just having a lot of the multi-factor authentication and conditional access and a lot of those technologies deployed. So we've already gone down that journey. They've been really happy with doing a lot of that technology aspect, but also along with that, we have a separate user experience that goes hand in hand, and my colleague Bob will covering that shortly in terms of how that fits in well into the model. Another client example is MVP Healthcare, where similar to Caterpillar, we've done a lot of external identity management and zero trust. So they made a decision to move to the E5 platform about 4 years back, and since then they've been gone down the road of removing a lot of these different technologies and moving everybody to the Microsoft platform. And it's been a huge success for them. They've saved a lot of dollars. They've improved their security posture and really helped move to zero trust. And from a business perspective, just with being in the healthcare space, just having that one portal for all the customers and where they can use their social IDs and log in has been one of the biggest successes for them in the last year. So the second service offering, which we're really happy at, as you're all aware, Azure Sentinel is a brand new product. We've done implementations around that, and we have a whole end-to-end offering around that, which is we can start right from doing a strategy right up to doing a POC or a quick start, as my colleague Marvin mentioned, what we do around quick start, just a 4 to 8 week project where we give them real value within that much time. And along with that, we've also brand new launched our Azure Sentinel Managed Services as a SOC as a service, which means we'll take care of their environment after we've gone and deployed them. So clients don't have to worry about managing the SOC. We can help them deploy Sentinel and take care of it end to end. So along with that, I mean, just from a Microsoft Salesforce perspective, that helps in a lot of the Azure consumption revenue. And we've used this as a mechanism to help upsell that to E5 as well. A primary example of where we're doing that right now is Wesco and Annixter, another Fortune 500, where we worked with Microsoft team to really upsell to E5, and now they're really deploying Azure Sentinel and going to use that as a one-stop shop for all their holistic security posture. So that's where we're going with that. With that, I'll hand it over to Bob from a user experience perspective.
I think that was to me, but thanks, Tarun. So user experience is maybe a little different for a security and consulting, a security and risk firm to be doing. What we've seen though is if the user experience, particularly as we do external identity work, but even as we start to modernize applications for zero trust, if the user experience isn't modernized at the same time, the user adoption and the support costs around that actually start to suffer, right? So so what we've developed is an offering that kind of supports several of these other offerings on this page here, as well as a standalone service for companies as they modernize identity infrastructure, security infrastructure, adopt zero trust, and start to really transform the applications. We need to go and change the user experience to align with that. So that's what this experience, this service offering does. There's two or three ways it gets kind of adopted, right? As I said, it can be part of the external identity work we do, where a customer is doing, not only wants to do the external identity work, but they want to also align it with brand, or take 10, 20, 30 disparate experiences and combine them into one, right? And so that's where it fits in there. And also, as I said, the applications as they modernize, supporting that. The most significant use of this from a client standpoint has been at Boeing, where as part of modernizing and moving workload from their traditional data centers and legacy applications, if you will, that they were moved into Azure as part of that, and into Azure subscriptions. As they moved them, they wanted that experience modernized, right? So they want to bring the experience into to use modern standards, but also that user authentication, the user administration experience that they were delivering to their customers and their partners, they wanted that modernized at the same time. And so we've been supporting the teams out there at the product level, as well as at the identity and access management level, to support that. And so that's been a significant amount of work for Boeing, and has led to their continuing to push more and more applications into Azure and modernize them there.
Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it. I'm going to jump back up here and just ask a question, rhetorical, of course, but what does everybody have in common? All these clients have in common when we do these massive projects, when we do a zero trust or unstructured data external identities. What they have in common is they're trusting Microsoft, and they're kind of outsourcing their technology to Microsoft. And along with that, with outsourcing comes kind of a less of a need for them to understand or to track what Microsoft's doing. And that happens to each one as we do these projects. And it leaves a gap. And so what we've done is we filled that gap with what we call the Microsoft Advisory Program. And you think about our business is that we're always following Microsoft. We are on all of the advisory committees, we're on Yammer, we're participating. So we're always looking at what you're doing across the identity, security, and compliance platform. So what we do for our clients then, and really the base offering here doesn't cost them any money, they just have to designate us as DPOR and CPOR. But we bring that learning and that tracking to them in the context of what we've done for them. So we'll capture their environment. Quarterly, we'll have a meeting where we'll say, all right, here are the features that came out, here's how they map to you. And I know that if you're talking to your clients, they're asking, I know I have Microsoft support, but how do I get that extra level, that really has the context that I know I have trusted people that will help me guide me through this path. And that's what we do. What it is, it's a transition of our business from being project-based to being, life cycle, that continuous life cycle, matching up with how Microsoft deploys capability. So I just wanted to call out that on this slide, these are the things that are driving our business. Zero trust, unstructured data, external identities, Sentinel, those are driving our business big time. And we're mapped to your sales plays, number 8 through 12. And then those are the programs on the right-hand side that we're able to stack up to get clients moving. So we can do workshops, we can tie that to a PI program, we can get a little consumption or pre-sales, ESIF, and we can stack all that up, and we do. So we're good at it, we have a program office that does it, and we try to lessen the burden on you. All you have to do is get us introduced. Another part of what we do that's a considerable investment on our part, and not as much as Microsoft, but we're trying, is our marketing group. And we've been running webinars, we've been doing thought pieces, we've been trying to create impressions with your clients as much as we can on LinkedIn and in other places. to try to build that momentum for adopting the platform. So here's a list of the webinars that we've done, and webinars are cool things because they create an artifact, and that artifact can be used over and over again. It doesn't have to just be the live showing of it. So here are the number of recordings that we've done around zero trust, unstructured data, tying in with SailPoint, which is one of our partners for that core identity management stuff. So tying into that, and then B2B, B2C external identities, that's our scope, and we're able to, market that to your clients, and then, help to expose it and educate them. Interesting, if you are looking at running a webinar or anything like this sounds interesting to you and you'd like us to do something specifically for your clients, let us know. We're always looking for those opportunities. This is something that we're really proud to announce, and we're doing it here at DTA. This is our virtual office, our Microsoft virtual office. So when I want to go get something, or somebody from our company wants to go get a one-sheeter or a pitch deck, we go to a virtual office. We go to the site and we download it, and then we can share it. So now we're making that virtual office available to Microsoft. So just with your credentials, using Azure B2C, of course, you're able to come to our site and download information, view webinars, get one-sheeters, get anything you need in order to advance on those sales plays. It's going to be organized well so you can see it right along the sales plays. They drive ACR, they drive M365 upgrade. So, very, very exciting to announce that today, and it's kind of, let us know, we'll get you involved. Second thing that we're doing is we're starting a monthly newsletter, and it's an information newsletter. It's going to have different segments in it. So we're going to send this out to those people that want to receive it from us. We're going to cover some interesting things about what's happening in our business, and then we'll drill down into some customer stories and needs, and really help to get the information to you from our perspective, from the doing perspective. We're engaged in delivering these projects, running into obstacles and overcoming them, and we'll share them with you through this Security Digest. And then the third thing that we do to really support the field is build out a sales team and then equip that sales team solely to work with you. So you can see on the right-hand side our sellers nationally, and they all have regional responsibilities. Hopefully they're all reaching out to you. If not, reach out to them. You got a big team there. And then on the left-hand side is this team that's on the call here. So we're always working to support that field, get them the information they need, listen to you so we can bring out new service offerings or tailor what we're doing. You always have access to Dean, who's the managing partner, and he leads our Microsoft Information Service line. Can come in and talk to your clients, Marvin also, and Tarun and I, so very happy to do that. And I think with that, we're going to wrap up the deck, and we're very excited to launch off with you in FY22. I know we've already started. There's a lot of activity going on, so please reach out to us, and thank you very much for being with us today.